The song on the lips of a lot of people is this: I can see everything turning around, turning around, turning around for their good, for my good. That's what I'm seeing, and that is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing things such as turning around. And you'll be wondering, what is this about? Well, that is the talk in the street. That is the talk out there, particularly those who are into buying and selling, importation here and there. It is because the Director of Road Transport, the Ministry of Transportation, Ibrahim Musa, yesterday disclosed that the federal government has approved the reopening of the Seme border for importation of vehicles. Speaking at the Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS) meeting organized between officials of Nigeria and Benin Republic, Musa said the development followed complaints by freight forwarders operating at the Seme border. The director, who spoke at the ECOWAS monitoring team visit to the Seme Creek Joint Border Post, said, I was here with the former Minister of State for Transportation when the freight forwarders pleaded that the border should be reactivated for the free movement of goods and services. The former minister made us prepare a memo to that effect. It was considered and sent to the government. Also speaking, the Customs Area Controller of Seme Border Command, Deran Nadi, said the service has noticed a reduction in its revenue since the importation of vehicles was banned from the land borders. Nadi said the former Minister of Transportation responded to some of our requests and from the stakeholders promised to take them to the Federal Executive Council, FEC. One of them is how to fully open this border. The ministry has also informed us that the memo has been written to FEC and it was adopted and that it will be given to the new government. He assured us that all our request has been adopted. Now, you see, congratulations is what I'm saying on social media. Everybody is saying congratulations. Even if the border is to be closed for any reason at all, it should be done gradually, because there are people whose sole business, whose sole dependence is on importation of goods and services. Now, I do understand that importation could destroy local businesses. The government will need to look into this to make sure that those who are into local businesses, production, industry are able to benefit. Also, there should be a check and balance. The government should do collation, should move around to get some data before they proceed into whatever decision making. It is easy for people to import and people consume. You are simply benefiting the country on the other end, whilst you are there producing nothing. You are a consumer rather than a producer. It is important that people are also able to do business. It's important that the government encourages business in Nigeria also, production in Nigeria also. So people should understand this balance and understand how things are supposed to be. Congratulations in advance. People are saying that they are going to buy their own car and all of that. I think Nigeria also should come to a point where there will be more production of vehicles. We have 2 private production of vehicles, and I think there should be more of this so that importation of vehicles used and all of that will stop once and for all. If we can focus on our own national production, if we can focus on this, it will do us good a lot. Just imagine if a lot of Nigerians begin to buy from the 2 producers of vehicles in Nigeria. If these vehicles also they source for materials cheaper and make it solid. I mean, I'm not saying cheap cars that will break down within seconds. I'm talking about state of the art quality in the same, close to the same range of the other cars. The government needs to do something about it, if it is to cut down tax and all of that, to encourage production of these vehicles and many other things. It could be because now you start seeing turkey being imported from Benin Republic and all of that. Of course, it's helping their own economy too, but Nigeria also needs to thrive. I mean, people who are into production, they also need to thrive. It's very important that the government begins to do, because I'm hearing rice, turkey, tomato. I'm hearing all of this. That's what I'm hearing. I do not know if that will be allowed, because we should be able to produce our own rice, turkey, tomato in Nigeria rather than importing it. Yes, vegetable oil, soya oil and all of that should be produced in Nigeria. It should be produced in Nigeria, and the price should be kept. There should be a kind of benchmark to be placed on it, so we do not have this excessive increase in prices of these items. It's very important. So right now they are looking into the importation of, allowing the border to flow freely. Semi-border is moving to the next level of in and out. That's what it is. So guys, I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. Do you see this as a welcome? Do you see this as do you embrace this news? Do you think it makes sense to you that there is importation allowed once again after a very long time? The border closed. The government experimented with it. I'm talking of the regime of Buhari. Experimented with this. Let us improve on our local. But what they did was to they relied so much on they said we have invested so much in rice production in the north of Nigeria without checking about security. They have not done enough for security. Those farmers they cannot farm because criminals took over their farms. They have to pay tax to those terrorists and bandits. Same in the southwest of Nigeria, where so much was not invested. In the southwest, we have criminals in the bushes coming from the same north, so it didn't work. It did not work at all. The government just shut down the borders and said, let's do it like this. That past government didn't really have sense at all. They didn't really do nothing sensible at all. They operated without common sense. Now that this border is open for import and export, let's say import, mostly import, and I believe export also. That is why I said the government should also look into exporting. We should also have our industries working. Yes, we should have our industries working, grow our own industries, let farmers be able to produce and sell. With this, everybody will be okay. It is time for us to also consume made in Nigeria, made in your village, made in your town, made in your city, made in your state products. It is time that we begin to also attend to this. We should also begin to attend to it. It's very important. It is not always about enriching other people at the detriment of your own. It is not right. It is not good. I'm not going to say this is not a good news. It is a good news, but then we should also focus on national, local production, buying and selling of our own. This is how countries grow. And of course, I'm sure that you also agree to this if you have a small business that you're also running. Like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.